How's it guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today we are reviewing something really cool. I believe I'm one of the first in the world, which is such a privilege, the Firecuda gaming hard drive. It is a monster 5 terabyte external hard drive. Now, before you all say, yes, I'm not one for hard drives. I keep all my games on SSD, but sometimes you just need that extra space, especially when you have big Steam libraries, you have big Origin libraries, or you have big Battle.net. So obviously a lot of these things require space, and that's where hard drives do make sense. So specs on this, it runs off USB 3.2. It is 5 terabytes, as I've previously mentioned. It does have rescue service. If you don't know what that is, you can check out my review on the Firecuda 520. And for all of you RGB fans out there, it is RGB. It does, however, run off of a Razer Chroma, so that is a program that you're going to need to install. So I've actually gone and cut a little incision there so that I can box this quicker and avoid any awkward unboxing moments. So that should just pop open. Okay, you get all the normal stuff, obviously a manual and some stickers. And let's go to the drive itself. Okay, so you can see there, I don't know if you can, but it is obviously, that's the connection into the hard drive itself, USB 3.2. But let's take a look at the drive. So I can tell you that it's an external hard drive. I mean, you can't really get that inventive on it, but it does have some nice etching, or however you want to call it, which does, have a nice premium feel to it. I believe the RGB is going to come from there, which I'll show you in beauty shots. But let's see how this thing performs. We're going to load some games in it, and we're going to see how it actually goes in our next section. See you there. Okay, so first things first, you want to install this, or plug it in rather, into a USB 3 compatible slot at the back of your motherboard, directly into your motherboard for best results. And you will see that on your drives and devices, it'll pop up, it'll have its own icon, and if you click inside, it'll have an execute file, and that's for the tools manager that you require. So I've already installed this to save time, and what's really cool from this is once this is installed, I did say that you need Razer Chroma, but that is only for synchronization. So on board the Firecuda itself, or the program here, you can change the RGB effects yourself, and you can have it from static, breathe, blink. So this program is simple, it's relatively easy to use, and you don't need, again, to install Synapse or Chroma to be able to change the drive individually. If you do want synchronization, that is where Chroma will come in. So I haven't installed it, and I have got this to work, which is pretty cool. On the drive, well, on the toolkit, you can see that there's backup, restore, mirror, and when I did install it, it asked me to register. So now it is registered, and I got my email because of the rescue services, which is pretty cool. So next, we're going to be looking at the drive in a little bit more detail. Okay, so inside the drive here, you can see the information on the drive, its rotation at 5526, and then its transfer mode starts at 300 with capable 600. Now I have tried everything to try and hit 600, but it's not going to make a difference. I'll tell you why. Because this is already spinning at 5526 or 5400, you're not going to be able to get past 300. You're not going to be able to make use of SATA 600 or SATA 3 anyway, because it is USB 3. But I've already done the test, and I'm going to show you why these tests are so impressive. Okay, so we're doing the same sort of test that you would have seen on the Firecuda, where we've got a test size of 1 gig and we're doing its full potential. So let's see what happens when we run this on a external hard drive. Okay, so test done. Now, I'll tell you what, this is extremely good. So its competitors, well, Seagate's competitors do around about 140, promises transfer speeds of 140 on read. Write, not so much. There's very limited information on the drive from what I can find because it's such a new product. But considering that it uses one cable to both power the device as well as transfer, to hit 147 and 140 on an external is extremely impressive for a hard drive disk. Now I'm going to be copying a game file or two across and seeing how it does with gameplay. Okay, so let's start copying it across. We're going to copy that file. Let's see how big that is. 107 gigs. And then we are going to paste that inside of our folder here. And we can start to see the transfer feeds going from 138. So we'll be able to analyze what that did shortly. Okay, so transfer done. Let's start gaming. Okay, so we have to launch from this folder, well, the battle.net. So we just need to ensure that it is actually executing from here. So we'll select that folder, done, and play. Okay, test begin. Now let's see how quickly this loads in from the hard drive. And I actually did better than I normally do, so maybe it can improve your gameplay too.
Okay guys, conclusion time. Gaming hard drives aren't dead quite yet, at least with this external gaming hard drive. It is an absolute little pocket rocket. Its performance was really good for a hard drive, and especially an external hard drive requiring no external power, just being powered by the singular cable it comes with. So let's look at the price. It should go for about 3,300, which is a fair price to ask, especially considering a 5 terabyte or 4 terabyte should go for about 2,000 Rand. And this is obviously a complete unit on one cable. Also, it beats its peers in performance, comes with a Seagate Rescue, and obviously the RGB effect. You literally have a mobile gaming library that you can take with anyway, as we showed on the test. Guys, I really enjoyed this. I was a bit nervous going into this because of my my proclivities, especially when it comes to SSDs over hard drives. But again, I have been really blown back by the performance of this little guy, and I can't wait to carry on using it. I'm going to be filling this one up. And if you guys do have a problem with space and you're not looking to just keep on adding hard drive after hard drive, you want something portable that you can use not only for gaming but use for just general life purposes, this is definitely the way to go. Again, that rescue service just kind of gives that nice smooth edge over anything else, because you've got that you got that certainty and you got that protection. Again, that's it from me guys. Cheers, goodbye.